a good day so far because I haven't played League of Legends ranked solo queue yet, so I'm still
You're
in a
gonna
great
ruin it
mood.
now.
uh, so let's do
Classic
this.
mistake. I think
Let's
that's the
pull
end of
up.
the coaching session right there.
Yeah, you know what? Just go outside.
You shouldn't have made that mistake. Don't play League.
Don't play League. Go drive a nice car on a nice day. Go have fun.
That'll be $100. That's like D1 advice right there.
Do you want advice? Okay.
But
Yeah, so I didn't play many games since our last session, to be honest with you. I think I was
mm,
just feeling more frustrated, is probably why I wanted another session more than anything. But let me pull up the
okay.
op.gg.
Um, I mean, I'll offer you right now if you want to, you can reschedule. If you believe that it's a better idea to keep, because if you think about it, what we the goal of the second session was to get better at laning phase,
Hmm.
right? How many games did you play?
I played 12. 12
Okay.
games.
Do you think you improved in those 12 games?
I think probably some of my frustration is I feel like I was playing well lane phase wise and for like the beginning of lane phase, and then I just feel like I couldn't do anything in the game. So
Yeah.
these VODs I sent you, right? I played the other day on this account
Yeah.
and 1-2 after our session, lost 2, 1-2, lost 2 bad games.
Mhm.
And then the next day I decided to take a break and I was getting plus 16 minus 24. So I was
Mhm.
just annoyed to begin with because it's just like I'm not getting anywhere plus 16 minus 24.
Yeah.
So I opted to go to my other account that I haven't played on in like 10 months. This one's Stylish Shape. That was Masters
Yeah.
like 10 months ago, and I just hadn't played it much.
Yeah.
And my goal of that was I went into the game fresh. I took a break, and I just wanted to play. And I was trying to basically like streamer almost, like trying to explain my thought process as I was playing the game, the things I was looking for, trading windows, what I'm paying attention to, like talking about war timers, talking about my trade patterns, just to kind of give you a semblance of like my thought process as I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think at a minimum, I'd like to review at least one or two of the games, and just kind of see from your perspective. Because I remember walking away after the session being like, I really didn't know like what I could have done. I just felt like I didn't know what went wrong. I didn't know what I could have done better, and I don't want to just chalk it up to team gap and just whatever, moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of analyze that a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. But now you need to understand that we're charting into a territory where you are focusing on a lot of different things at the same time now. Because if we're going to be looking at how do we transition our lead or how do we play mid game, this is like an entire system that you need to step for step be learning. And
Okay.
if you think you can handle that, where you're focusing on both your laning phase and your mid game at the same time, sure, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just preparing you for that. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a fine idea. I think let's look at the lane phase. Let's look at some of the mid game. I don't think we really need to go into late game. And this first game here, it was one of those sessions like the first game you start out, you're very positive, you're talking a lot, you're trying to
Yeah,
think and actually move. And you could see by the third video, I watched like 10 minutes of it, like I'm not even talking anymore. I'm just like turned off. I'm just like, what the
yeah, you're
fuck?
just tilted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just tilted.
Also,
Um,
I'm not sure how it would work. Like the thing is, if I try to listen to you talk, I'm going to have to listen without skipping anything, and otherwise I don't really understand what you're trying to say, right? But then the
yeah.
problem is I would have to sit here and just like listen for 30 minutes straight, you know. So it's probably best if you want to do like something where you're explaining your thought process. The best thing would be for me to do like a live session with you at some point.
Okay.
Um, but I can't sit here and just like do this and then just unmute and then just like listen to everything, you know. But I think it's good that you're thinking about that. But I think it's just inefficient because I want to go back and forth, you know, in the vault.
Yeah. You want to have dialogue, like open dialogue, talking about what's going on with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Well, I guess it's up to you. Do you want to just do like the first 15 minutes of these 3 games and go from there? Or?
Well, I want to satisfy you, and I want to, uh, yeah, I want to help you with your needs, right? So you want to look at the entire. We can look at 2 vaults the entire game if you want, up until the
Sure.
point where it's like pretty unrecoverable, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So we can look at the laning phase of this one. Now you're playing as Ornn. Okay. Very
I don't think you're
nice.
sharing screen
Oh, my
yet.
bad, my bad, my bad. I always forget that. I don't know why. Okay, so what are your initial thoughts on this matchup?
On
Like,
this matchup,
when
like the
does he
lane
win? When do you win? Who gets priority, etc.
I feel like I can beat him up until basically he starts stacking armor in the bush, pretty much.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, it's definitely Ornn favorite after level 6. So your job is to understand that and then play around it, right? Okay. 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 Well, we're kind of running into our first problem already, and that is why don't we have priority? So we're gonna look at it. Okay, so Q the wave here. Q again. You auto.
Grass proc.
Yeah. And now this is where the problem shows itself. You're not being conscious enough of your position relative to your minion wave. The problem here is that you're standing inside of your wave rather than on the side. Remember what we talked about? Because of that, not only is he able to trade onto you here, but he also hits 3 of your creeps with his Q. And normally speaking, he would have to make a decision. Normally speaking, either he hits your wave for priority or he trades on you. Okay, often people will just throw a Q on you instead of the wave, because if his Q's down, now you can walk up and trade on him, right? And because of this, now if he effectively has priority, because he's winning the minion battle, basically, right? That's kind of the problem. So it's up to you to do a combination of walking up more and like hitting the wave more. So like instead of walking where you would, let's see, so instead of standing here, right, you're kind of standing here, and then you attack this creep from that position and this creep then, and you kind of stand here, right, and then you try to get these creeps. And the benefit of standing on this side of the wave over this one is that you can always walk into the bush to reset aggro, right? But instead you're kind of
trying
positioning.
to work on bush, like walking into the bush more often lately.
Yeah. But you understand why it's so important to have priority, right, at this point? Or if you want, I can re-explain it.
Why don't you re-explain it?
Okay. So essentially, when it comes to League of Legends, there are a couple configurations when it comes to the junglers, right? There are 4 different ones. First, you have strong side. 2, you have weak side. 3, you have the 2v2, and 4, you have ISO, right? Isolation, whatever, ISO. So you have strong side, strong. You have weak side, weak. You have 2v2, and they have isolation. Okay. Now, you need to first know what these mean. So you can, if you want, I can explain it to you, or you can try to guess it. Maybe you can.
Strong side is enemy jungle's pathing away, my jungle's pathing to me. Weak side is the opposite of that. My jungle's pathing bot, enemy jungle's pathing top.
Yeah.
2v2, both jungles are starting bot, pathing top.
Yeah.
Isolation is like when the Udyr starts on his red buff and then went to his blue side, right?
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Yeah.
Split map, I call.
Yeah. So the nice thing about priority is that you will get the first crash, right? And what's so strong about getting the first crash is that in every single one of these 4 configurations, you are in the much better position. Because imagine you're blue side, right? You're the blue T. Okay, so let's go over them, right? First we go strong side. Okay, your jungler is pathing towards top. By the time both junglers are done with their full clear, you have now either a dive window, or you can let the wave push back to you and kill him on the freeze, right? Vice versa, if he gets the first crash, now he's safe. Because he can sit back, smoke a cigarette, and be fine. There's no gank here, because the wave is pushing towards him, right? Okay, well, we just talked about this, about the weak side, right? Weak side. If you're weak side but you get the first crash and the jungler's here, how do you ever die to a gank? You can just sit
It's
under your
always
turret.
gonna bounce back
Yeah,
if you crash 2 or 3.
exactly. Third one, 2v2, right? Okay, both junglers are pathing towards top. Why is it so important to have the first crash? Because the person with the first crash has wave control, and now you have the first move to the scuttle crab if you want to, often. Or if you have a stronger 2v2, let's say you have Jax Sejuani against maybe Cho'Gath Ivern or something, right? You can 2v2 on this freeze, right? That's another option you have. And then it comes isolation. Isolation is just simply both junglers batting away from you. And again, it's better to have the first crash. Why? Because you get the first reset, you get proxy, you get this and that, right? In every single one of these situations, it's always better to have the first crash. It's the priority, right? In every single one.
Mhm.
So
I just find it really hard to do with Aatrox, I guess. Like
yes.
I love Aatrox. He's a lot of fun to me, but
Mm-hmm.
it just feels like I have so many limited options in my like in terms of how I can actually impact the game. And maybe I'm viewing that wrong. There's obviously high elo Aatrox one tricks out there, right? Who find a way to make it happen. So it has to be some sort of a me thing. But I just find it like intuitively far easier to play champions like when I'm playing Irelia or Riven or Garen on
Mm-hmm.
my other accounts and just for fun. Like it's so easy for me just to absolutely dominate laning phase, kill enemy jungle, like roam mid. I just feel like I have such high impact. I just felt like when I've been playing Aatrox in a lot of these games, I felt more like a spectator and like a victim to whatever is happening around me. I find it hard to impact the map because like I feel like my champion identity, my win con is I have to like come from a great flank on a team fight, assassinate someone, get resets. It's just hard.
Okay, I get your frustrations. Don't worry, I get it. Um, and we will talk about that in today's session. Don't worry about that. I want you to kind of zoom back in on what we're talking about now, right? This
Hmm.
entire concept is the difference between killing Ornn or not killing Ornn. Your echo is pathing towards you. If you get the first crash here, Ornn is completely fucked and once you have a freeze. But now, because you didn't play level 1 well enough, he is not in a position where he can be ganked. That's
Hmm.
because you did a misplay, right, on the first couple levels. That's why I really wanted you to improve on this before anything. Because the exact concept we talked about in our previous session shows up here, and it shows that you haven't implemented it properly yet. You see?
Okay.
Standing on the side of the wave is 100% the difference between getting priority or not. That's a tangible concept. You can right click a couple centimeters to the left or right, and it will change the entire outcome of the game, right? So this is why I bring it up. And then the last thing, if you know that there is a chance that you get priority, if you assume that before lane starts, we just assumed that we have info on the enemy jungler level 1, right? But whether he starts bot or top side kind of changes the way we play our laning phase too. Because after you crash the wave, if the jungler is pathing towards top, you want it to push into you. If the jungler is pathing away from you, you might want to push it back into him, right? So
Try to poke under tower, things
yeah,
like this.
exactly, and push. You can just slow push wave 3 and 4 and do stuff, right? But we assume that we see them jungler, but we don't actually have that info. We don't have the luxury, right? So this is why there's a ground rule in any matchup, in any game, in any champion. If we assume that we get priority level 1, we always find a way to get information in the enemy jungler level 1. If I go right now, if I go to like okay, I was almost leaked my uh if I go to LCK and I go to like the latest game and I literally grab a random ass game, I promise you, there will be they will all be looking for information on the enemy jungler level 1. Like it will be super important for everyone. Okay, well this is not a full game. Wait, let me see a full game. LCK full game. I wish I could make my point in like 5 seconds, but hey, has to be
I
harder.
watched some I watch some pro play. They all go out level 1. They have positions. They'll 5.0. They'll full man invade and get vision, etc.
Yeah. Okay, wait, I found it. I'm committed now to the bit, you know. It is what it is. $52.11. Please load. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, I guess my point is that anyway, yeah. So you ask your team to ward raptors or red buff for you every single time you assume that you have priority, because you still want your own ward. It's really important that you have your own
Hold on
ward.
to your ward.
Yeah, it's really important you still have your own ward, because there are often situations where the enemy jungler still does a gank into top, and often you can escape the gank as long as you see it early enough, and you can still play aggressively. So this is kind of the general consensus you need to have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this was good, except for like this is like you're queuing his wave, right? You're hitting him with grasp, but then this is it just goes wrong for a little bit, and then now you're not auto attacking the creeps enough, you're not getting priority, and here he gets the first crash. It's a massive problem, because him getting the first crash, as you know now, leads him to being safe despite not being able to be. He shouldn't be able to be safe. Okay, so now brand to stop. Okay, how do you play it? Flash W.
Flashed him.
Nice. That's very good. Okay. Okay, now your concern is basically to just get this wave in. Oh, I saw what you did there. I saw it. Was that intentional?
Grass proc?
No, you auto him.
Oh, the pulling of the wave? Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
I've been good at that, and I've been very bullish on if they come on to me and I have ult, I just start auto attacking them to death.
Okay. And how has it felt?
It's felt. I haven't always had the perfect execution. You'll see in the Nasus game after this. I felt like I was doing it perfect, but that fucking bastard went Summoner Spellborg and had fucking Barrier one time, Exhaust the other time. I was so close to killing him so many times, but I just couldn't get it done.
Okay, we'll see it. Alright, so now you're just playing this matchup like this. You want to really recall soon. After this wave, I hope you recall. Okay, very nice. Yeah, you get your Tunneler, perfect base. Oh, well, if he gives you trade like that, you can stay, obviously. Very nice.
Take it. We take those.
Absolutely.
But I think I'm scared right now because I don't have vision on brand.
Yeah. This is where I would still, like here, if the wave is even, you can still, like, Orin has to respect you, right?
Yeah.
Orin has to respect you. Okay, so if you go into the bush, does he know if you're resetting or not? He doesn't, but if he tries to cancel you, you can always cancel a reset and kill him. So here, if you just reset in the second bush and then TP back, what will happen? He's fucked, right?
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to find a base timer, a reset timer that he doesn't really have.
He can't, right? Because you could just as well, if he tries to reset, just hard shift this wave. Right, so he's
because he reset after the second crash. I'm pretty sure, which I just thought was really weird.
Yeah, that was weird too. But like right now, the fact that he doesn't have TP and you're in such a good spot here, you need to find a way to reset, because if you buy Tunneler right now and you buy a control ward, you can actually play really aggressively. But right now, since your ward is down, you can't, and that's kind of an issue. So it's really good to just look for a base whenever the wave is even and try to kind of use your lack of vision as a threat to find a recall, and then if he tries to cancel you can cancel him. And then here I think it's a mistake that you don't TP. Look at where he is right now, right? He just finished clearing the wave. If you TP and hard shove this wave right now, he loses the entire wave. Like fully, the entire full wave he will lose. Okay.
I think he still has teleport. I think he walked back after his second wave crash. I don't know why I didn't TP though.
No, he TP'd
I thought he
here.
was gonna match my reset.
He TP'd here, no? Am I crazy? He TP'd here. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he
here.
did. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
did.
TP'd
I didn't
here.
see it. Oh no,
Yeah,
I did see it. I marked
yeah,
it
you
right there.
pinged it as well. Yeah. So, but here, so if you just TP here and Heart of the Wave, it's really good. And then, so here comes the here's the difference between a good player and like someone who's just 1v9, right? Here it comes. So imagine you TP here and Heart of the Wave and you buy a control ward, okay? Let's see what you can do with that. Okay, so here you are, you shove the wave, you walk like this, you proxy one wave, okay? What happens after you proxy this wave is you now have two wards available. You have a control ward and a normal ward, okay? You place your control ward in this bush, and then you place your normal ward in this bush, and now you've effectively got, like, I call this a map hack, where you basically have both of the main entrances of topside warded, and essentially the fact that you don't see the enemy jungler anywhere here only allows for one conclusion by using deduction. The
He
only
has to be
conclusion
bad.
you can draw is that he has to be here. So imagine being your bot lane or mid lane or jungler and you see that this is fully warded right now and you don't see Brand. Where do you think he could possibly be? He's here, right?
Has to be.
He has to
Mhm.
be. So you're basically hacking the game where it's like there is only one you know for a fact that he's somewhere here, right? It's like a heat map now. And this is a sequence that I love to do against tanks when I have a lot of tempo, right? Tempo meaning that you're on the map before them, and specifically against tanks because tanks have a hard time killing you behind turrets, right? And as we talked about in our first session, playing for 130% resources against a tank is good. He might catch the entire wave, but you're getting a gold return on the vision that you're getting, right? The vision itself is worth a lot of gold. And then also you can find plays on mid and take raptors and like continue to take demolish and stuff like that. And since this matchup is like kind of air for you, unless you have a big lead such as you have now, this is a very valid playstyle to have. Okay, so this is definitely a big mistake, man. This is a mistake. You should have TP'd, should have gotten all that vision in the jungle, and then man, like your team can just like it's just free balling now, you know? Like the sky's the limit now for your team. They can just do whatever they want. They always know where the enemy jungler is. You see? So that's one way to impact the game. Okay, but here we are. Okay, good trades. Yeah, good trading. Okay. Do you see the jungler? You don't. It's a bit scary. Yeah, if only you saw the jungler somehow. No, I'm kidding, of course. Okay,
I had the vision. I would just be afraid to try to proxy on a champion like Aatrox. I never do it on him. It just feels too awkward. He feels too slow.
yeah,
It feels
but
like if an Ornal comes down and Brand is there, like I'm just cooked.
okay, let's look at the situation. Because sometimes you're right, but here if you Hearts of this wave, I mean, in all honesty, why should Brand be topside? Like your Echo just scouted.
Oh, just hit that. Yeah.
Yeah, but also okay. So to be fair, you could Hearts of this like okay. Let's say you TP and Hearts of the Wave. You could run like this and then just place the ward here and then place the other ward here and then run back without proxying too. That's fine. But the
Just
prox
getting vision so that my team. It's not just for me. It's for the whole team.
yeah,
Knows
it's for the
where
entire
jungle
team.
is.
Yeah, it's also for you of course. But the proxy is just like the cherry on top. If you have the sufficient amount of information on the enemy jungler, then the proxy is also good. So I
Gotcha.
agree. I agree with you on that. Okay, I mean you're just playing aggressively, right? Which is fine.
Smack the Norn's face in for a bit.
Yeah, I mean I like that you're walking next to the wave. You're kind of walking ahead. You're creating these angles like this. This is really good.
This is me trying to stand on the side of the wave.
Yeah, exactly. And like now he is like he's losing XP now. You know, like he's losing XP. He lost 2 casters XP, which is really good. Shove
Yeah,
the
I was
wave.
trying to get really good trade timers on minions, everything that we talked about, you know.
Yeah, I can see it,
Not
and
just
it's working.
hidden,
You know,
yeah.
it's working. It's 100% working. And here you could like grab the plant if you want. Okay, you give it to your Echo, and then you're back at this spot here. Okay. Okay, here's some fun. Alright, nice. I mean, my honest opinion on this is lane ganks.
I don't think I had the flash.
I think
I
you
probably could
should.
have just ulted away.
Well, if you assume that Brand has flash here, if you don't flash, then he can maybe like flash QWE and then you're dead. So it's valid to flash for sure. Yeah, you have to assume Brand has flash there, you know. And yeah, other than that, like I mean, lane ganks are broken in League. What can you even do against that? It's the most broken way to gank. There's not much counterplay, which you end up living. It's good. And then here, okay. So now we can probably fast forward a little bit, right? See to mid game.
So I get first item. I have
Yeah.
item advantage on him.
Good try. Item now. Okay, this is maybe where we can look at something.
9 to 8. I use my TP here. Full item.
Yeah. So this is a problem. At this point in the game, you don't really care too much about stomping your lane as much anymore. And
After like 9 minutes, is that like kind of the threshold, sorta?
well, it really depends on what the map looks like. So right now, would you rather have your TP for a potential play on Dragon, or would you rather TP top to kind of stop Ornn from crashing the wave? That's the kind of the question. And the answer is you would rather have your TP for Drake. And this is where that playstyle comes in that I talked about earlier. Like right now, does playing aggressively on Ornn really matter anymore? Like it's harder for you to find plays on the map if you don't proxy. See, if you walk back to lane, catch that cannon wave, and then push another wave, and then look for a proxy here, of course, assuming you have good vision and you are allowed to and stuff. Now, every single time you proxy a wave, you have a massive TP window because Ornn doesn't have a wave to reciprocate with once you're not top. You took it away from him earlier. Right? And this is the problem. Your TP on top is kind of lowering your impact on the map. You're disallowing yourself to have a future potential game-winning play on Dragon, right? This is a massive issue. You know, like now we can look at the fact that your TP is down every time. Like here, for example, if you already proxied, you could impact this Drake fight and Ornn can't. And that is the difference between winning or losing this game, maybe.
As opposed to just denying him a couple minions here. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't one really care? Ornn's still gonna have R.
Yes. Does he care that you're denying him? Hell, he doesn't give a shit, you know. So this is the point where especially against tanks, this is where the mindset shift comes in that I talked about earlier. At some point, freezing on tanks, and what I mean with earlier is in our first session. At some point against tanks, it's better to stop laning and just proxy. You can proxy take a camp, proxy TP, proxy go mid, proxy get vision. This is like the playstyle I want you to adopt against these kind of boring lanes, right? And even if you play against like let's say like a Darius, okay? Let's say the game is in a spot where like if you don't do anything, you're going to lose anyway. It's in your best interest to impact the map as soon as you can. The best way to do that is to have TP for the map, and the best way to utilize your TP is to proxy first and then TP. That's kind of the way I want you to view it. And then, like, if let's say this Drake fight goes wrong, well, you can blame your team, but you can also have potentially impacted it. Yeah, that's kind of the main point. So yeah.
Because
Okay.
instead I'm kind of still just trading waves. Oh, I got hit by a stun here.
Yeah. Well, your camera went really weird there.
Yeah, I think I zoomed in by accident on my mouse like wheel.
Yeah. I have that too sometimes.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think
I
you
died.
definitely played this too fast. The problem here is that like your echo can tank and then ult away and reset aggro, you know? The problem with you dying here is like you lose a lot on the map personally, right? You lose out on the wave, you lose out on about 300 golden plates. You know, it's not the absolute worst because Echo kind of instead of sharing it between you two, he gets everything. But now, he's the win condition rather than you. You know.
Yeah, that's how I felt most of this game.
Yeah. Okay. Then here you open up through mid. Did we talk about opening up on the map already or not? We didn't do
Yeah,
that.
opening up through jungle, opening up through
Okay, yeah.
mid, giving myself options. We went over that in our like pre-session
Yeah.
before our first session.
Okay, yeah, okay. So in this case, it's right to open up through not straight through top, but in this case, it's better to open up like this. Normally speaking, you would open up like this, but you have home guards, and if you didn't know, when you go through jungle, home guards get cancelled. So it's better to open up like this. And the reason it's better to open up like this rather than through mid is because if you know you want to be on anywhere here, it's better to open up this way. If you know you want to be anywhere here, it's better to open up this way. And if you know that you want to be here for sure, it's better to open up this way. That's kind of the way I want you to see it.
Okay.
So in this case, you don't want to be bot for sure, but you either want to be top or mid, so you kind of open up in between the two instead of opening up straight through mid, because now there's a world where you're late on the top wave, and here, if orange just QWEs his wave, that's a problem. And the only reason he's able to do that is because you're 2 seconds late, and those 2 seconds are because you went through mid. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Like what would you do if he one shots your wave right now? Well, you can't trade anymore on him because he just killed your wave already, right? It basically happened here, you know. You give him a get out of jail free card, basically. So yeah, small details matter a lot. And here you are, right? I like that you're slow pushing into hard pushing here. I think it's good. The reason I think it's good.
I caught myself is because I hard shoved that last wave, and I was like, okay, maybe I should look to deny, because we talked about that in the last session, not just like smashing the waves.
Yeah, yeah.
To give them the opportunity to get back in.
Yeah, I think here though, I mean, you could be playing for Scuttle Crab. Like, what you could do here is like, okay, there's nothing really to do in the game, and my opponent's gone. You could hard shove this wave, get Scuttle Crab, and then when he's back, that's when you can slow push into hard push, you know. And that way, you're kind of having that mindset of instead of having 100% resources, you're playing for more than 100%. You're getting the wave and Scuttle Crab, and then you're also getting another wave, and then also getting Krugs and etc. You know what I mean? So this is like a good timer to take Scuttle on after pushing this, and then when he's back, of course, now hard shoving is not as good, because now every time you slow push, he's going to lose a lot more. And if your entire team's bot side, it's fine to slow push, because the enemy team's jungler, if they're not showing bot, you have to assume that they're top, and it's much safer for you to be slow pushing. So this
Brand comes back, gets my flash ult again.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. At least you live, you know. That's what matters a lot. Okay, so you're top here. Okay. Now you reset. I like that you reset here. Okay, you end up staying. I think when there's a cannon wave, it's fine to just reset.
Yeah.
You understand why?
Because you're only going to lose one melee and maybe the cannon.
Exactly. And now you're kind of staying, and like, look how long you stay, and you have so much gold, you know. It's really not worth staying with more than 1200 gold usually. So you want to base, and now you base on another kind of wave. Okay. So this is so here comes a really important moment in the game, and like, honestly, a habit a lot of people don't have. Okay, well, again, you know, the TP, it's a sin. Don't TP back just to not lose a couple creeps. It's better to have TP for better fights, okay?
Yeah, I matched TP. I could have just walked back here though again, because it's a cannon wave. It's not like I'm going to lose the tower.
Yeah, but also you kind of, the reason you TP is kind of because of how long you take before getting your item. You could have been at tier 3 already, you know. You kind of just
I think I was
still.
thinking about what I wanted to do and what I wanted my role to be in this game. I was looking at my team, and then I decided I wanted to go a more bruiser, health, Durax gauge, frontline build is what I opted to go.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it for a while.
Yeah, and the perfect time to think about that is when you're recalling. But instead of doing that when you're recalling, you do something else when you're recalling. You do not really doing anything, it seems. Right? You could be. I mean, I have my shop button binded to my T, so that I can easily access the shop. I don't have to drag my mouse. Sometimes you misclick. You don't have to go to P button. It's just so much better. So yeah, and then here, yeah, okay. So you buy items. I think the best item here would be to go. I mean, in a game like this, it's best to start buying a lot of damage. Like, I think Maw is good into Maw, and then maybe Death Stance. The problem is how the team fights look. They're pretty fast. They're pretty explosive, right? Look at the enemy champs, look at your champs. You're
Mm.
not allowed to get a lot of rotations off in fights. That's kind of the main issue. In a team
Yeah,
fight,
and that's what I felt like later on in the fights.
yeah. So that
I just
and
felt useless.
yeah, and often the reason you feel useless on Aatrox is like 60% of the time it's a itemization issue. So your build is not catered towards what the fights will look like later on. And as you might know, when you play Aatrox, you're playing the team fight. Right? That's a pretty big part of your champion's identity. You're not looking to split push, are you? No.
No,
So
you're not split pushing or anything. Yeah.
yeah, and actually, I've had for the longest time, I've had this exact struggle. And today I was walking down the street and I was contemplating like, how do you build on this champion? And it came to me, like the answer came to me, and I finally realized that it's actually pretty simple. If fights later on look like long, they're extended, you build a lot more items that cater to that, which are Shojin, Stark's Gauge, Blood Mill, Death's Dance, and Sunder Sky. You know, all these items have one thing in common: they have HP values. Okay, they're bruiser items, they're HP bruiser items. All those items have that. Okay, so why is that important to realize? Because in extended fights, it's better to have a lot of HP because having more HP allows you to throw out more rotations of your spells. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the HP gives Aatrox more percent healing too.
Yes, yes. So whenever your team has a Nautilus Sejuani, a Xin Nautilus, you're off a lot better having more bruiser items. So it really depends on what your team has already. If they are allowed to stall a lot of time and they CC the opponents for a long time and the fights are long, that's what you do. The opposite goes for if the opposite is true. If you have like an Echo, such in this case, and you have like a Lucian and Emilio, the fights will look very short and explosive, and people are getting picked off. You have assassins, yada yada yada. Okay, in that case, it's best to build as much damage as possible because realistically, you are going to get one rotation off, kill someone, and then wait for a Q and get another rotation off, and then kill someone again. Right? That's kind of how it goes. And if the game is even, you'll probably only get one rotation off, and then you're out. So you need that one rotation. You want to have as much damage on that as you physically can. That's the logic you have to be using. So, what do you build this game? That's the question. Well, if you really think about it, in my opinion, having what's it called, the Voltaic is a bait item in my opinion. I think Voltaic is, especially this game, because when are you ever getting into melee range of someone, right? When do you ever auto someone before you Q them? Never in this game. How do you ever get into range of Brand or Rakan or Azir or no, you don't, right? Not good. First item that I think it should be Hubris, or what else could be good? It could be Sunder Sky. The reason it could be Sunder Sky, but also Sunder Sky is the reason I would consider Sunder Sky is because you need some HP for laning phase, otherwise Ornn one-shots you. And you don't one-shot him back. And if you need a little bit of HP for laning phase, Sunder Sky, it synchronizes a lot better with the other AD items than Shojin does. Sunder Sky is a lot better. Yes, with Soreldas, it's a lot better with Hubris, and it's just a lot better than Shojin with those other items. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I've been building a lot of Shojin, and it just feels kind of underwhelming a lot of the times.
Shojin is good in like if you're playing against someone on side lane that you can have a lot of Q rotations in, or if as I said before, if the entire game is like you have 3 tanks and enemies have 3 tanks and you're just like spamming Qs the entire time, right? That is the logic you have to abide by. So yeah. Anyway, here, if a fight is this deep into river and it's like not really, I mean, right now you have to understand, like by you moving here, you're not only losing partially a wave, but you're also not denying him a wave. So there's a potential for a good gold swing here. So generally speaking, if the fight's this far away, as long as you can kind of one shot the wave, you usually just do it.
Okay.
So here, just like you want to push this wave ASAP, and it's just like a bit more efficient that way. And then this fight happens here. Okay, not really looking to fight, which is fine. Catch the wave. Okay, you kind of hover. Okay, you go back. All correct so far. Okay. Okay, now I would be considering like what's the next objective. It's Atakan. Yeah. So now the issue arrives where you don't have TP, and the reason you don't have TP is because it took you so long to itemize, right? So one thing leads to another. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and now if you had TP, again, what would be the best play? It would be
to open back through top and then have TP for Atacon?
Well, if you had TP right now, the best thing that you could do would be to proxy. Okay. I mean, you should proxy regardless, but at least if you proxy now, you can... Okay, well, this guy just left his lane. Okay. Anyway, so if we...
end up getting picked here.
Yeah. So here, you have to assume that people are playing for Atakan right now, right? So what you can do here is you can hard shot this wave and then kind of move here a little bit like this. And then you can kind of hover. Is what I'm saying fucking troll or not? Let me see. Am I trolling? Okay, I'm kind of trolling, but
I think I thought that Akshan was gonna go play Atakan, and I was not expecting him to come top here.
No, but
I graded for tower.
The problem is normally when people do this, you just get Atakan for free because it's for people. But your Echo was in base.
Like okay. Maybe I can just sit in bush and then like wait for Echo to get closer to objective, see if they're making the play on me, then walk. Like I guess there's not really a reason just to walk right up, right? I could probably just give it a cooldown period.
Yeah, I think that's a good conclusion. I'm happy with that.
So we do get Atakan.
Yeah, this is kind of the thing. If you just wait for Echo to be a bit closer, then yeah, it's just like more. It's just a bit better, I suppose. Okay. Okay, so this time you leave base without even spending your gold. I think you're kind of so focused on other things this game that you're forgetting to buy items. It seems. And now you join this fight with a 2,000 gold in your pocket, you know. That's a bit of a issue.
Bit of not good. Yeah, that's a lot of gold. I just saw our TP and I insta TP to it.
Yeah. So this is where I want to look. And this is why mid game is so complicated, because there's so many concepts that I want you to learn, and there's another one that is popping up right now, you know. And this is only the first game and we've talked about 20 things, you know. But this is the next thing. Okay. So when you TP somewhere, what is the number one most important thing that defines your decision at the end of the day? Like, what defines your decision to end up TPing somewhere?
The enemy's commitment to the play, right?
Yes, okay. What is the lack of information that you're getting now? You don't see anything.
No.
You don't...
I have no idea what's going on. I just see a TP coming. I think my bot lane's going to die. And Echo's already dead by the time I even hit TP here.
Yeah, because you didn't see his health bar, right? So...
I think I had a lot of bad TPs, now that I'm thinking about these games.
Yeah, every single TP so far has been bad except for maybe the first one in laning phase. And...
Maybe I just don't know how to use teleport.
It seems so from this game. What do you lose by TPing? You lose a top wave, right? You lose potentially 2 waves. You lose potentially 2 waves in the tower. Maybe someone, when you're pushing top, maybe someone defends top, and then you can TP to the Drake while that guy's defending top, and now you have a numbers advantage, or like at least equal numbers again. Who knows? But here, you kind of not spend your gold, and then you also TP way too early. We don't have to do it now, but I definitely want you to. I think I already showed this clip in the preview, the first one, right? The Aatrox clip that I showed you.
With alt and then you TPing.
Yeah, where Xin first, when Xin first committed and then I TP'd.
No, I didn't think we saw this example.
Not this one. So 2 things that really stand out in this clip. One is my camera control. I'm using my Qs during my scouting on the map, right? You can see that I'm super efficient at like clearing the wave, but I'm at the same time really looking for information around the minimap. And you can see that I'm not TPing yet. Why not? Because if I TP, Zinzao walks away, Yone walks away. I'm deliberately waiting for at least one of these two to be committed to the play before I use my teleport. The moment Zinzao ease in, I know that it's too late for him to walk away, even if I teleport. So I use my TP, right? And now, not only did I push the wave top by being super efficient with my Qs and my camera control, but also my TP is now causing Zinzao to die. And then here, Yone, well, I wish he died. If I was not completely boosted at the video game, he would probably die. Let's be real here. I end up botching this. But yeah, you get the point, right?
Yeah, no, I understand the concept. Yeah, my TPs are just very reactive, not planned out, and they're causing me more harm than they're being helpful to me or my team.
Yes, that's essentially true. And now, why can't you fight this Drake? Because not only did you not spend your gold, but also because there's no numbers advantage. There would be numbers advantage if you push top first. Right? Someone has to defend that now, and then you can use that person defending this to then TP somewhere.
Yeah, because they have a bleeding side wave at that point.
Well, I can.
would have pushed that.
If no one defends it, you trade Drake for tier 2. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's good even. You know, that's very good. Okay. So, why does it feel like you couldn't impact this game so far? Your TPs are the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
You can work on that. Okay, so now you buy Starex, another item that doesn't really do much, you know.
I got Black Cleaver, which doesn't really do much, and
yeah. Why do you think that is?
Correct.
What do you think?
I bought Black Cleaver. I think I just wanted to be again. When I would hit tab earlier, I committed to wanting to be more of a front line for my team, and I was like, okay, I have Lucian. I can shred a little bit of armor for him. Sure, he has Milio. But the reality is I probably get 5 stacks on someone maybe one time the entire game with Black Cleaver on Aatrox, like literally maybe once if I can even get 2 rotations off. So I just think it's a shit item on Aatrox. I don't think I should be building it.
You only buy Black Cleaver if you have a lot of AD in your team and if the targets whom you're hitting are building armor. But often,
Asante, these type of things, maybe.
But often you're not even hitting the front guys. You're often going on the back line. So it's counterintuitive to what Aatrox wants. So this item is rarely good. I sometimes buy it first item into Cassante. Sometimes. But yeah, it's rarely good. Team fight. What's the problem? Okay, get tower. Okay, well, at least you're a little bit tanky. You don't do damage.
A little tanky while Azir's just beating my head in.
Yeah. And you have something.
Yeah, what, 299 level Q2 on Aatrox on a Rakan? I don't do shit. I fucking tickle people, man.
Yeah. It's a slight issue. So now you're here. I like that you go top lane here. The bot's already pushed out. Also, the way you open up to the map is really, really good. And now you have to respect top a little bit, right? You don't see many people. They could be collapsing on you there. So you respect it. And because of that, now Rakan dies. You catch the top wave. Very good stuff. This is super good macro right here. Okay, so here it's not correct for you to go back bot. And why do you think that is?
Well, one, it's going to take a really long time to get over there.
So your team wants to play for Nash.
My team to play for Nash.
Yeah, your team wants to play for Nash in order for you to have the thing is, if you go to bot lane right now, if Azir has TP, you can go bot, but Azir will just TP to Nash, and now it's a 4v4 instead of a 5v4.
And I have zero clue if Azir has TP.
Yeah, you don't know that.
No fucking idea.
But even if his TP is down, you should still be around Nash because it's a 5 versus 3, and it's completely fine to trade a tier 2 tower for Nash because it's a massive gold swing in your advantage even if he gets a tier 2.
It's 800 gold plus the waves I collect on the way.
Well, it's 1500 gold. Everyone gets 300 gold on your team just by killing Nash.
Nash.
And then
I was talking about the tier 2.
Oh, that's 700 gold. Or well, yeah, 650 plus 50 for the person who kills it. So Yeah. Okay, so you end up changing your mind. I'm really happy you did, but it was, whew, this could have been bad, because look, if you're already on Nash right now, this potential even for a 0 TPing here and potential for someone dying should not even exist. You should already be
Because I
here.
should be there.
There's a world where a 0 TP'd and it killed everyone, and you're just 2 seconds too late because of your move. Okay, we get Nash, and now you push top. And now your only concern is to make it to this Drake fight, and you want to make sure you're there before the fight starts. The reason for that is so that you can kinda have a inside position already, right? You can kind of look for flank. But now you see that, okay, people are adapting. If Azir keeps pushing top, you can defend it, okay? So this is fine. As long as you're, again, the camera control, right? Right now, I see a pretty good ward, but is it playable?
I think I throw the game here in 1 second with my next TP, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, this time you look. Good pings, good pings, good pings, good pings.
Akshan, ready?
Holy fuck, you got fucking obliterated.
I got fucking one shot. One shot.
Yeah.
I remember this. I think I go, wow. On my mic, I go, holy shit.
I'm also
Just
surprised.
one shot.
I mean, it's...
Yeah.
You got Ornn items too.
I was like, okay, it looks like a good flank. That guy's low.
Yeah. But in all fairness, right? My question is, like, first of all, if you know that you, like, what is your job here? Your job is to defend Azir and then look for TP. So is it even, why are you even taking any damage here in the first place on top lane, right? That's the first question I have. Because if you know you want to TP somewhere, you should be prepared for that and have as much health as possible. And the second thing is, of course, your camera control is lacking a little bit. But also, if you know you want to TP, you should not be standing so far up. Azir can just cancel you right now if he wants. He can just ult you and then walk away. That's another thing. So you need to get into the habit of, if you know you want to TP, camera control and right click away from the enemies before you move your camera and before you TP. Those are two good habits that will change, of course. It's case by case, right? But those are actual habits that will change, that will be positive in every single game. Okay?
Oh, can you give me 1 second here?
You go right ahead.
Courtney. sorry, Courtney can't drive and accidentally rear-ended somebody. So,
Oh no.
hey, hey, hey.
Is it bad?
No, everyone's fine. Everything's safe. She's just frustrated because she feels like an idiot. And it's like accidents happen, you know.
Oh.
That's what happens. So I'll have to bring her in the truck later.
All right. Okay. Um. Yeah. So let's go back to display. So in this case, it's again a combination of camera control and the lack of commitment from the enemies. This is a perfect example of why you need them to be committed because since all their abilities are up right now, the moment you TP, they have them for you. But if they're committed to a fight, often the case will be that their abilities are down, and then you can kind of clean up, and they don't really have an answer for you, right?
So we should be looking for like Akshan Hook,
Yeah,
Ornalt,
yeah, like
Rakan
specific key abilities.
W.
Yeah, key abilities. And right now the fight is looking won already. You know, like the fight looks pretty won already without you. Maybe if a 0 TPs, you need to match it. But other than that, the fight is already good. Don't have to make it more complicated. And now, yeah, I mean, Azir now has to be defended.
So Azir got 2 tier 2s now.
Yeah, it's kind of
1600 in his pocket.
yeah, it's getting out of control now. Okay, what's the next objective? You have 3 Drakes, Nash is coming up, your jungler is strong. Who do you focus on enemy? Well, probably Azir and Akshan. Probably Azir though. Okay.
Yeah, he's hourglass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Really good reaction control by you. Yeah.
They're hunting me all game.
Yeah,
Always
but
hunting me.
all you can do here is just respect because I mean you're respecting better than the enemies are. So this is really good. You have good intuition, man, like honestly. Okay.
I just can't piece it together.
Well, you need a system, right? Like your intuition can be good, but you still need to have like certain beliefs in the game, like certain things that are consistent, such as the way you TP, when you TP, why you should not TP, and why you should, and stuff like that. Okay, so here you are. You're here before the objective spawns, which is really good. Your positioning in the team fight, is it good or not? Let's see. Okay. Your positioning is good, yes, because your job.
Kind of standing in between Echo and the bot lane.
Yeah, your job in the team fight is to kind of try to zone a little bit at least.
Yeah, I hard commit because I saw the Vel'Koz hit his. I don't know what is that. His E. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I haven't played Vel'Koz in forever.
This
fight goes great. Killed a jungler. We have inhibs down. We get third
Nice.
inhib. We get
fourth
soul.
Drake.
And I'm thinking in my head this game's buttoned up and done.
Oh, you make a pretty big mistake here though. Your job is never to hit Nash. It's never to hit Nash. Your job is always to have a flank position. Hitting Nash is not only irrelevant, your damage as a Aatrox is like not relevant in every single case, almost. But also, if you're standing here, you can kind of zone the brand and everyone from just coming in. And if there's a fight around this area here, you can have a flank that way.
Okay.
So your job here is to just E over this wall and then find a way to zone them. Are you a threat to the enemies if you're walking directly at them?
Yeah.
Not really.
I'm just getting hit by everything with my team. Akshan one-shots him, and
yeah,
this is where the game is lost.
sad. Another thing that you can. Okay, so this is hard.
I just felt the momentum too, because like I should have hit B here too. I thought, but like we just got Soul, we just wiped them. We're all just kind of making. We just feel unstoppable, right? Just like a tempo play. Like okay, next thing get Baron recalled and end the game type of deal, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have been playing more to threaten here, or to zone them, or to not let them engage in 100 to 0 my Vel'Koz.
Yeah. Well, look at your team there. Why are they backpinging here? What do you think the reason is? Look at the map. What happens if you just dance? If all of you stand here in river and then just press Control 3, right? If you all just start dancing, you know the dance emote. What will happen?
Yeah. They're gonna walk in, check it, and then walk back away and stand around for a few minutes while all
Well,
their waves are getting pushed in.
yeah, nothing will happen. Maybe the enemies will start Nash, right? But realistically, if you don't give them a fight, they'll never get one. So what happens if you just stand here and dance as a team? Literally dance. Like you can even go up IRL and start dancing, right? Instead of playing the game. Well, what the thing will happen is at some point the enemies are forced to protect their base. And what is the number one way to win league games in mid game? Creating numbers advantages. It always comes back to the same thing. Numbers advantages. So how do you create that in this case? By not doing anything, waiting for someone to defend their base. Now you have a 5 versus 4. And now you can look for a flank and get a guaranteed Nash fight. You see? So
We all could have just played this slower. We all could have honestly just recalled right after the soul, came back out on the map, and we probably would have had that timing. Probably would have been enough to get this Baron.
that you can make a case for that too. Yes, sure. So yeah, just fell short on this one. Just fell short. But you're doing a lot of things really good, and you're doing a lot of things less good. But at least the things you're not doing as good are patterns, right? They're the same thing every time. It's your TP usage. Your positioning in team fights sometimes in this case, but mostly TP usage, right? And your camera control.
TP usage, camera control.
Alright, let's go over this VOD as well. 25 minutes. I'm going to skim through a bit more in laning phase.
Yeah, no problem. Get Prio into Nasus. You can't obviously get Prio into Nasus.
Again, the thing that really, that's the first thing that kind of, what's the word in English?
Stands out.
Yeah, stands out is the fact that you don't have a vision on enemy level 1. Oh, you do actually. Okay, never mind. I'm blind. Okay, so you know the enemy jungler is pathing towards bot this game because they weren't on red buff. So you know that you're safe here. You can play aggressively. Okay, what you end up doing? Set up the gank for a guy. Very nice. Okay, should be able to thin the wave and fuck him up. I see how much you're standing on side of the wave. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, this is all very good. I mean, you're just stomping this guy, no? He can't play the game. Another time. Yeah, I mean, you're playing so well here. Does he have R? Here? Okay. There's a lot of lifesteal. Okay, I mean, what I would love to see here is instead of, like right now, instead of Q, ult, Q, you can just open up with ult and auto attack.
Alt auto and then go for Qs, yeah.
And every instance of damage you deal after ulting will deal more damage than if you didn't ult. Because
And
your
heal.
ult gives you 20, yeah, it gives you 20% attack damage, right? Level 1, I think. So this would have potentially been a kill, right? Oh, I mean, it would have. I mean, I'm not sure if you actually do end up killing him or not.
So I'm trying to like walk the dog here. I was trying to get in front of him.
Yeah.
I almost kill him, but fucking Summoner's Spellbook is OP. I flash E auto and he had fucking barrier. That's a fucking asshole.
Another thing is like, why don't you reset? So okay, this is similar to what we talked about with the Ornn example. So like
yeah,
right
he
now,
already base TP'd.
yeah, here something you can do. A lot of people do this. You might have thought, why do people do that? But now this is the answer. A lot of people would just place their ward here, in lane, and two things: one, you will spot if the top laner stays, or you would also spot lane ganks. And then two is like the fact that you see him here. If you recall in this bush right now, you can kind of the same thing with Ornn, right? He doesn't know if you're recalling or not, so he's scared to walk up. And since he's scared to walk up, he's not really thinning your wave. If you commit your recall and then TP back, you still have your freeze, but now you have spent your gold.
Hmm.
That's kind of the problem with doing that and recalling here on the third, for example, is that they see that you're recalling, and the moment you recall, they can just harsh off the wave, right?
Hmm.
But if you recall on the bush, they don't see that you're recalling. Does that make sense to you a little bit?
Yeah, so you're playing with vision.
It's a mind game, yeah.
Tempo, pretty much.
Yeah, and if they try to cancel a recall, well, you can always just combo them, right? So
Yeah, like I did to the Ornn when he walked up while I was trying to recall that last.
yeah, exactly. So really try to not be in lane with damaged gold, because here you not only could have been well, I mean, I guess the main argument would be that any trade you do now on him could have been the exact same but with more damage. You know? You're kind of,
Yeah.
instead of snowballing your lead, you're kind of staying at the same power level, even though you could be stronger. And you can, let's say you did spend your gold and you did kill him. Well, now compare the two timelines. The one where you didn't spend your gold and you didn't kill him, and two where you did spend your gold and did kill him. You got more gold from spending your gold. And the other one is you didn't get any gold for not spending your gold, right? So the more gold you spend, the more gold you'll get. It's kind of the
Yeah,
thought.
because if I killed him, I would have got plates with demolish. Like, would have
Yeah.
been really, really, really big for me.
And that's the snowball effect, right? How do I snowball my lead? You have a lead already, which is a permafreeze. How do you snowball it? By spending your gold, right?
I think that's probably why I felt frustrated after I played out this sessions, because I felt like my lane phases were going pretty good, but I just felt like I couldn't do anything to actually win my team the game.
Yeah, okay. But your laning phases are going really well, man. Like, you're improving at a insane pace. So you are playing really well. But that the game you just played just now, you just fell short, right? And then I don't know what happened this game. I mean, you definitely
I think this game, enemy Yasuo goes 17-2. That's what happens this one. Enemy bot, Yasuo bot goes 17-2.
Yeah. We can look at it though, still. I want to look at your first death. It's really important not to brush off random deaths.
So I just see Karthus walk right at me here.
Yeah.
After I don't get that kill there.
Yeah. But okay, so I instantly noticed that you place your ward a bit deeper than you usually do.
Yeah, I've been working on that.
Yeah, I still think it's not deep enough though. It can be a little bit deeper. It can be a little bit deeper. Like, instead of here, place it like here if you can. Just a little bit deeper.
Should I be aiming, to kind of like get the, like, to get their entrance, and also like around Scuttle? I mean, around where
like,
grubs would spawn? Like,
yeah, around that little bit.
Okay.
And that's like a really good ward to have, because then you can spot people really, really fast, And I'm not sure if that would have made a difference here.
I will tell you that spending 1,700 gold would have made a difference there.
Yeah, sure. I can agree on that too. Okay, anyway, so now I spend your gold, TP back. Okay. So you're here. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this a little bit again. TPs, fight him a bit. What happens here? Okay, he took a really big trade here somewhere.
So
Oh, I got card tilted. Okay. I mean, it's fine, but now I mean, the mistake is you just eat it,
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that, honestly. Okay, you kill him. Now you're 0-2. Okay, you're playing weak side, card to stop again, jungle gap. Keep laning. Okay, here TP back to lane. I think that's the same. I think for the same reason as before, this game is in such a bad state that you need to make like a higher risk play to win, and
having TP opens
having
that
TP
door.
opens that really a lot. It opens that door indeed. So again, if you base on cannon waves and you just insta run back, you won't lose as much, and then you keep your TP. You know. You base again.
I think he exhausts me during that 1v1, so I can't kill him again.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want, I mean, sure, we could look at it.
I don't really remember. Yeah, exhaust. And then I have to flash. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest combo, or could have ulted sooner.
I'm asking myself if you need to buy anti in this matchup. I'm not sure if you should. I think
he
it's
heals so much, man. It's like so much healing.
Yeah.
Now he's just fucking with me.
Yeah. But like, this is one of those games where, I mean, you're kind of, I mean, we can look at if there's any way back into the game here, but it's unrealistic, you know. I mean, even I would struggle to carry this. I would not. I mean, I can't carry this game.
Yeah, 10 and 2, mid's fed, Karth is fed, right? Yeah.
Like, and you don't, like, I get that it's frustrating if you lose, but also be realistic with yourself. Even if you did play like perfectly, would you be able to carry this game? The answer is it's hard. It's so hard, you know.
Yeah.
So
even if I'm 2-0 up, I mean, I'm happy
Yeah.
I'm getting an XP lead and a minion lead in these games.
Yes,
At minimum, my
yes.
CS seems to be getting better. These little things that we were working on.
Yeah. But this game is hard to carry. Like, I would refer to this as like loser's queue. Because
Yeah, we don't have to spend any more time with this one. Yasuo has 15 kills, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Poppy!
Let's look at the mid game of this one too. Okay, I just want to look at your TP usage, you know. That's really it. Also building Shojin every single game, it seems.
I think I was just going grass Sojin all day.
Yeah, it's a grasp Shojin type day, it seemed.
So I just matched the TP again, but
yeah, but there. I mean, I'm looking at bot lane and I'm like, well, should there? I mean, is there? You don't know if there's a possible TP there because you don't look, you know.
Yeah, I don't see. You see Viego go in there too. That could have been a really great opportunity. Like, who gives a shit if Poppy gets 1 or 2 plates?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what wins games, right? Getting those plays. You go back. Place the ward. Okay. Okay, see Viego. We're kind of back at like square one here. It's the same thing as last game. Like, look at this lane phase. Like, look at the snooze fest, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is happening at all. But there is an objective on the map that you would like to play for, you know. So
Dragon.
Just asking yourself, is there a way to proxy? That should at least asking the question should be already a good step, because you will start thinking like, okay, well, dragon is up. Can I hard shot the wave in her face? Yes or no? Can someone kill me if I try to proxy? Yes or no? And all these questions are like really important. You know, like some games you can't get it, but some games you can get it. You know, I think in this game it's kind of hard because Poppy can just kind of fight you, and then you don't know where Viego is right now, so he could be topside. In this
Poppy's
case,
such a little rat champion.
oh yeah, bro, I played against Poppy today. I got AIDS.
Yeah, she's so annoying. Like that.
Yeah, lose all your health. This would be a good timer to talk about like min-maxing your resources. So like here, where is it? Okay, so here, is it realistic that you already, like, from this moment on, is it realistic that you assume that you're playing weak side? Is it realistic that the enemies are giving this Drake and then doing a cross-map play, meaning that they're going topside and trying to dive you and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I would say yes. So two things. One, play to like preserve, like your job is to not die to the dive, basically, right? So try to preserve your HP as much as possible. And this is why it's so important to constantly be looking at the minimap, because if you aren't aware of what's happening on the map, you probably aren't aware of the fact that the enemies are all gonna be topside too, right? And even though you don't see them, it's a pretty logical conclusion to draw from the map state. You know, like the fact that they're giving mid tower and Drake, that should mean, to some degree, that what other options do they have? Well, to go topside. So here, if you play around that possibility, what you could be doing is just like catching waves on a turret, and then this like Krog camp here, this is now the enemy's camp. So if you take this, you're not taking it from your jungler, you're taking it from the enemy jungler. So you could, for example, stay here with full HP, catch the wave, run to Krog camp, kill the Krogs, and come back top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also, the fact that you're not on the tower means that they don't have this dive on you right now, right? Because sometimes, let's say you're like on the tower waiting for the next wave to come. Sometimes people will just stand here and like let the wave aggro onto them, and then the next wave will come, and it won't be stopped by your wave, and then they can just dive you that way, you know.
Oh, I've been in that situation many a times.
Yeah, you can prevent that by just going on Krugs.
So I ult away, I think, because I
yeah.
And then I end up fighting the kill.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking about comboing that, but I'm like, I don't have ult. I don't know what's going on here. So I'm just not going to. Take my one kill and say good day, sir.
Yeah. Okay. You go top. Good that you don't TP top this time. You have your TP now. You take Krogs, which is good. Okay, your team got Drake, really nice. You got Poppy, really good. Okay, now you TP. Let's see how you use camera control and stuff. Okay, I mean, you see Viego's very committed, so you TP. I think it's somewhat good intent. I don't think if this fight's... I mean, the fight looks kind of hard though. Okay, it's somewhat good. Ooh, okay. I think your target selection is definitely wrong. And you're like, the fact that you can't really E in like that when people are like TPing and looking to fight around you, you know?
Yeah,
it's like
now I don't have it.
Ended up being fine though.
Either for this fight.
Yeah, ended up being fine though. He instant moved mid, he pushed the wave. Okay, this is where like a slight issue occurs. So like here you push the wave. Right now you just base, you know? You have half HP, 600 gold, just base. Because look, so the moment you push the wave is 18. Okay, so when could you base? 18-7, right? The next time you do something is 18:35. How long does it take to recall and come back out on the map?
16 seconds.
So you could have done that instead of just staying, right? And you could have gone.
I could be halfway through top right now.
Yeah. So yeah, you just base there, and then okay.
Top tier 2.
Yeah, you go top. Your team is getting a lot of drakes this game. It's really nice. Okay. So instead of pushing top here, what do you do? Okay, you move because Atakan is spawning. Okay, that's fair. You push mid first. Is it even correct to go top in the first place though?
No.
Depends on Syndra's TP. So like, okay, so here, this is something you have to like be. Now we're going to into like the taking ownership of other people's actions kind of road. You as a you as like a team player, right? Or like let's say like a bus driver. If you take the wheel and you start commanding people what to do, assuming that you know the right play to make always, what would you type to your team to do? If I give you the information here, let's see. I don't even know if you press tab here. Okay, that's another issue we'll talk about later.
Okay, Syndra has TP. I just saw that. Looks like Syndra and Ziggs both have it.
Yeah, if you could pause the game and be in voice with your team and like tell them exactly what to be doing, you would tell your Syndra to go top and not you.
Yes, because I don't have teleport. She does.
Exactly. This is the mistake. That's it. You should just... And
there's nothing even up here anymore, too. I mean, both towers are already gone.
Yes. So, but what it really comes down to is like using we call this like null states in League of Legends. One of them is when you walk out of base, and one of them is when you recall. So when you recall, that's a good timer to like think about your items. And when you walk out of base, that's a good timer to think about pressing tab. And pressing tab is like one of the most underused skills in League. It's a lot of people just don't do it enough, including you. And here, what I often do is I walk out of base, I press tab, I scout information such as who has TP, how do I assign lanes, which objectives are spawning, who do I focus in fights, who on my team is strong, right? All of those things, like who of the enemy side laners can I face, what are their item spikes, you know, all of those things. And what you can do is you can, as you're thinking about all of those things, you can like click to the mid tier 3, and then as you're deciding where you want to go, you can now still adapt to where you want to be.
Yeah, I can still pivot from there.
Yeah, you can kind of pivot is the perfect word for that, exactly. Right, so instead of doing that, you're kind of just clicking top, right? So right now, if you were pressing tab, you could be scouting, oh, Syndra has TP and Atakan spawning. Okay, I don't have TP, I go bot Syndra. You tell her to go top, and if she doesn't go top, you go bot anyway, because she can always recall, go top lane, and then still TP to the Atakan.
I can kind of like mind game her to recalling. If I just start walking there, she'll recall.
Yeah, you kind of want to just kick her out.
Top.
You kind of just kick her out, you know. So this is a mistake. Not involving yourself in that fight. Of course, your team should have respected it a little bit, but it's solo queue, right?
Yeah, we just lost Otacon there, right?
Yeah, you did. They slated the Thornbound. And what did you really get for? I mean, you got a couple ways for it, I guess. Okay, so again, you walk out of base, you press tab. That's the question. So you kind of do it the wrong way around. Instead of while basing, instead of looking at your item shop, you press tab, and then when you're in base, now you look at your item shop, but you're losing so much time. Look how often this happens. You remember like the 2 games before this. You spent so much time in base, so much that you had TP top to defend the Oran turret.
Yeah.
And then you didn't have TP for the map. This is a tangible difference between spending gold fast and not. So do it the other way around next time. Instead of while recalling pressing tab, you should be pressing the shop when you recall, and then you press tab when you walk out of base. It's much faster, you see? That's the best order of things to do.
The order of operations in League of Legends.
Yes.
PEMDAS, but a little different.
Yeah. PEMDAS.
What's happening here?
UTP. Let's look at the info you had.
So, Pantheon has ult. We see Syndra.
I think this time you TP a little bit too late. You have to remember, like, you have to TP when the enemies are committed, right? But are they committed here is the question. Well, yes,
they're... Or he presses W on them, they're committed.
Well, look at their position, you know? Like, if you TP, where can they even run if you TP?
Yeah, if I TP to that cannon running right there,
yes.
I'm backing Syndra, because Syndra can keep walking in that direction,
yeah.
and I have my whole entire team collapsing. Well, yeah, Janna and Ziggs are collapsing from one side, and then Pantheon looks like he's about to come through Tribush, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a big sandwich on these 2 guys here.
Exactly. So they're already committed because something is stopping them from being able to get back to safety, which is Pantheon and Syndra. They're already sandwiched, basically. So this is where you should be TPing earlier, you know, instead of later.
Honestly, the second she hit that stun could have been a TP, because now look at Syndra's alone. Does she die to him? Yes, she
Yeah.
does.
So this time it was a little bit too late.
Mm.
Yeah.
Kills everyone.
See, like the difference between TPing 2 seconds earlier or later can be the difference between winning and losing a fight, and then the game, and
Yeah,
then
because Viego just got, what, 4 kills, I think? And then Janna gets a 1k shutdown. Fantastic. I think she took that shutdown from me.
yeah, I've seen Janna do scary things though.
Uh,
Okay, and then yeah, and then you
bad
die.
fight, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Also want to say that
Think
stop buying Voltaic. It's a bait item. I know that I said in the video you should buy it, but it's well, I changed my mind on it at least.
Okay. Spirit too.
Spirit
The thing is,
Shojin,
it's like when Sunder doesn't look great, I don't know what to build first. Like you said, you want that kind of little bit of health.
yeah, a little bit, depending on who your opponent is in lane, of course. But Sunder is better for sure. Sunder's just better. And then second item, I mean, again, how do the fights look in this game? You know, they look,
And then just hitting tab here. Look at this: 11-3 Viego,
yeah,
Lucian, From everyone's pretty fed. And I just feel like I got neutralized and didn't have much of a say in any of these games. But going through the review process now, teleports just, I think, are pretty dog water
yeah,
overall.
yeah,
Definitely a lot to improve on in the teleports. I'm happy about the fact that my lane phase in my CS and my XP, etc., were all better in
yeah,
these games.
yeah,
Definitely improved on that.
yeah, for sure.
And now I think a bit of a thing I'm struggling with is swapping my brain from lane phase to mid game.
Yeah,
I feel
that
like
mental switch.
I'm trying to drag out lane phase like a little too long. Like I'm still playing like it's early lane phase at 11 minutes, 12 minutes, basically until plates fall at like 14 minutes. I'm playing full lane phase, and maybe I should be adapting a little bit sooner.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah. The last thing we could do is, I mean, I played a Aatrox game today. I'm not sure if you were watching. I played on stream.
I didn't see that one. No, I was on my way to work this morning. I just stopped in and said what's up.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate that, by the way. Um, we can briefly go over this game and kind of see what I do, because I'm playing as a Mal fight. So I think this game I got like a 60 CS lead or something in lane. And then I completely 1v9'd.
So that was your first TP. Can we just go back to the
yeah,
first TP?
sure.
I feel like the first TP is very critical. And here's the thing about the first TP. If you watch all of my games, including all the games we've gone through before and this game, I don't think I've ever been the one to, I don't know how I want to verbalize it, like set the tempo of the lane by resetting first. I'm always giving my opponent, it seems, the first reset timer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's not necessarily, that doesn't say anything necessarily, I don't think, at least in my head.
Yeah, I don't think I fully am grasping how to properly use teleport. And I think I'm trying to like greed out a little too much gold in my lane, and I'm getting on different timers than my opponents on teleport and things of this nature.
Okay. Well, the
'Cause
thing
if I'm not
is,
using my first TP until like level 6, like the past 2 games, I think I was level 6, like 1500 gold,
yeah,
right? Before I used my first TP when they had already used TP. So our TPs are already desynced.
true, yeah. True, but it's just about setting up the wave properly and then TPing at a really perfect timing, you know. In other words, in fog. But mind you, I did not play the first couple waves. Like the reason I TP first is because I fucking run it down. Like I'm just straight up hitting this guy's plate in his face, and he's just murdering me because of it. And then I'm forced to base TP. But when I base TP, I let the wave crash. And then here, a really crucial detail. Like, if I stand here, this wave will go into my turret. But that's a problem. I don't want this
It's
wave
gonna
to go
create
into my
a
turret.
very fast bounce towards
Yes, I don't want that. So I'm gonna stand here to prevent that from happening. Right, so here I am. Standing there, and then the wave doesn't crash, it bounces fast. Well, this means escape me. But yeah.
But
And
that
here,
creates a much slower bounce.
yeah, and then like look camera control, right? As I'm hitting the wave, panning the camera, you see?
You're doing it basically in between most of your cues.
Yeah. And then Malphite moves, but like I'm pushing the wave, right? And then I get a plate for it. And he lost a lot of farm there. And here I'm just doing the thing where, okay, making sure that I thin the wave a bit while I'm trading as well, of course. Should have delayed my E a little bit there. But there's so much room for error in this matchup because of Grasp, you know? Like, Grasp is so OP, it gives you so much sustain.
82 HP, boom.
Yeah. Then he's out of mana, so I can keep playing aggressively. Push the wave, try to get plant. He doesn't allow me to get plant. Now I base. So here you can see that I'm basing on a timer where
Cannon wave.
it's a cannon wave, right? And it's on his side, and he doesn't have mana to push it out, so I come back to a bounce. Now he's really fucked. Again, I don't want to freeze because it's a tank, right? Here.
You're going for that 130-70. See, I would have defaulted to letting slow push, then sidestepped on the side of the wave and tried to poke him a little more.
Yeah. So here I one shot the wave, go to the river, get the plant, constantly pushing him in, you know, constantly just annoying the frick out of him.
Yeah, you have the vision for it. You're waiting, you're holding your cues for when he goes for the ranged.
Yeah. Not sure what he's
What
doing
is this
here.
guy doing?
I
This
have
is
no
illegal.
Okay.
The R animation. Look at that. He presses R right into it.
What would I even
just R
do?
away.
What does that even do with the R? I don't get it.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, and now 80 CS to 32.
Wow, you almost 10 CS a minute. That's really, really, really good. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten myself to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really good balance between not losing farm and also trading a lot, you know. But yeah, and I buy Thunder Sky first. You know, I need that little bit of HP this game. Look at the fights. Fights are gonna be actually this game. Fights were gonna be really long because I have like 3 tanks in my team. So my mindset was to go, well, I'm snowballing and I'm allowed to buy like these expensive items, and my teams, you know, they're gonna have long fights because they're gonna see seed enemies and stuff. So this game, it's completely fine to go like full bruiser build. So I take turret and then I end up, again, camera control, you know, you look at the fight while clearing the wave with F keys. You decide when to TP and end up TPing after they're committed. So again, spam pinging, this is something you did really well last time. So good job on that, the spam pings.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And here I make a mistake by I should assume that he's going to flash my Q. I should predict it. The problem here with not predicting his flash is that even if he doesn't end up flashing, he's still dead, you know. But if he does end up flashing, he's also dead. So in both cases, he's dead if I try to predict it. But if I don't try to predict it, he's only dead in one of the 2 cases. And now I end up getting slowed and I don't kill him. We kill this guy, and then here I'm just a tempo monster this game, you know, like I'm even killing this wave behind the turret so I can base a bit faster. And now I open up through, you see, like I'm opening up through lanes, right? I'm fighting these guys.
Head of dragon.
Yeah, I'm going, like, why am I not going top right now? Because, well, do I care about top lane? Not really. I want this Drake, right? I'm so strong right now that why not just play Drake? So I'm sacrificing the entire top lane in order to impact the map here, which we end up doing. And then we take Drake.
Bot tower, and you get Drake for that, and your Galio inevitably went top to cover there.
Yeah.
So there's no need for you to be there to begin with.
Yeah. And normally here I would reset, but look, I'm close to my spike. So I end up, the reason I even help Drake in the first place is because I have nothing else to do and I want to be back on bot wave. After the bot wave, I get my item spike, Aatrox. This time I open up through jungle, right? Top lane this time. I go top lane here, push wave, take Krogs, end up moving mid here. Just join the fight. And all of this is possible because I am really just playing high tempo, you know, like I'm never dead So I'm always allowed to just push waves before moving. Again, like right after this play, I go to bot wave, push it out, and then, okay, I push another wave because there's not really anything happening on mid. If there was something happening on mid, I would look to hover there. But okay, I'm just gonna push bot here, recall again, and stuff is happening on the map. Yes, people are getting caught, there are fights, but I'm always on my own time. Like, I'm just playing on my tempo. I push out bot and then I look for something. Okay, nothing is here, fine. Take camp, another wave, push another wave. Like, see, again, there's a mid fight. I can't join that. But that's just because I'm playing like such high resources. I don't care if I don't join any of these fights. Like, at some point I will be able to join one. Like here, for example, right? Now it's finally on my tempo and now I join. Okay, but does it matter if I don't join any fights? As long as I'm always high resources and I'm joining fights when actual objectives are spawning, well, then it's okay, you know?
Yeah, see, I probably would have made the mistake while they were fighting there on mid tower. I would have thought I had to TP to mid.
Like here.
Instead of grabbing the wave, I would have thought I had a TP or something there.
Like here, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
here, and then especially once they start to hit the tower.
yeah, but like we're getting the objective already on Herald for free. And I can just chill, you know. I can just wait for the next objective and then play on my own timer here, boom, get a wave, get a flash, go back bot, take another camp, go back bot again, push the wave again, take over mid. See, like, take over mid, join the fight. No fight, fine, no fight. We go back bot, push out another wave, push out another wave. Now it's my time again. Okay, this time, look at the side waves. Like, the enemies never have good side waves. I'm just playing a janitor, and I'm getting so fed this game, you know. How do I play the fight? I know that I should be, like, this is maybe subtle, but my team is focusing that Kane and Aphelios and Sindra are both scared to help him, because if they do, I'm just gonna kill them, you know? Like, I'm positioning myself in a way where I'm kind of in between them and the fight, sort of.
Mm-hmm. So you're not even throwing any abilities here. You're just zoning, basically, I'm just zoning, with your body.
Like, I'm just pressing
so
S.
They can guarantee to kill their jungle.
Yeah. I'm just pressing S here and making sure that, like, right now, if I walk up too far, Malphite can ult me. They can all just try to one-shot me, and my team can't really help me because they're still occupied with the Kayn, of course. Yeah, so now after this I can look, end up missing my stuff, and again instantly going back to bot wave, take camps, another bot wave, another camp, another bot wave, another bot wave. This entire time I'm just getting my item spikes, you know, and then at some point an objective will spawn, that's guaranteed, and because I'm taking so many waves and camps, I'm getting so strong.
16 at 24 minutes with 10 CS a minute.
Yeah, because I'm just feeding myself off of the chaos, you know. And then here, finally a fight happens. I end up TPing because they're really committed. And I'm now on 3 items. And at this point, I mean, I can just 1v4 them now because of how strong I am, you know. Like, they can't do anything to me. I'm just tanking 5 people now. I mean, what can I even do, you know?
Dance is such a better item than Styrax, I feel. That stance is such a good item.
Yeah, it really is.
And I feel like I'm never getting it until like 4th.
It's good 3rd or 2nd.
Swap up my build a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
You should. And then again, after, like, instantly get back on the wave, get back on the camp, reset, open up, and then position wise, you see, you don't hit the Nash, you're on the flank.
Yep.
You know. Yeah.
Kill this guy, then go back to Baron, playing it slow.
Yep. Bloodlords, or no, Spirit Visage. Back on the wave. Get a flank with the thingy. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter how I play. Like any fight will be a winning fight with me, you know. I'm already so fed.
300 farm, level 18 at 28 minutes.
Yeah. And just playing, you know, just on your own terms the entire time, pushing waves before TPing, only fighting when it's like a good fight, not really salvage, not like trying to compensate for your team's mistakes the whole time, you know.
Yeah, I feel like after watching this and then watching some of my gameplays, conclusions I'm drawing is like I'm playing incredibly like reactive and not on my own timers a lot of the time.
Yeah, could
My
definitely be.
TPs need a lot of work. Definitely need a lot of work with the TPs, and
Yeah,
I need to just make sure I'm keeping up my gold income and just not overcommitting like a noob to protect plates or shit that doesn't matter.
itemization is also a big one.
Yeah. What are your bleh. What's your go-to build are you kind of feeling? I mean, I know it's dependent on the game, but you're liking more
Yeah,
Sundered Sky type
it's definitely
Sorel's
Sundered
Grudge.
Sky. I think Sundered Sky first item, unless you're playing against a super tank comp where you need a lot of rotations. Then you go Spirit Shojin instead. Second item depends on the game. If you're like, I mean, in this game for example, the enemies have a lot of like one shot potential, right? But same for
With
like any
Lord
reset comp.
Syndra.
Yeah, like if they have an Annie or Viego or Jinx or Nautilus, um, and if fights are going to be long for whatever reason, if you can draw that conclusion somehow, then yeah, Styrax is a good second. And then third really depends. Like here they have, I mean, I was snowballing and their only fed members are like AD champions, so Death Stance is really good. But if their only fed members were AP, I would probably go like either Maw second or just get a Hex Drinker and just don't finish it.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, Death Dance has great synergy. I mean,
with
Spirit Visage has great synergy with Death Dance, has great
yeah,
synergy with Styrax Shields, has great synergy with Sundered Sky proc. So I actually really like the Spirit
yeah,
as well with this type of
yeah.
build here.
I realized you can't even get Maw because you already have Starks.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot they changed that a
Yeah,
while ago.
yeah. And then I mean, Sorellas is good if you need like the armor penetration, but they don't really have armor. Look at their comp, right? Only Malphite, but I'm not focusing him. And you have to remember that Sorellas is a 30% reduction, but a percentage is stronger once their total armor is more. That's how
So like higher
percentages
level.
work. Yeah, like 30% of 1000 is 300, but 30% of 100 is only 30 armor, right? That's why you buy lethality against people with no armor, because lethality is a flat armor reduction, right? So if someone has 60 armor and you have 30 lethality, that means that your spells are dealing true damage almost, because
Yeah,
you're reducing the amount of physical damage they're reducing.
because armor is like a percentage of itself. Like 50 armor might be
Yeah,
like 24% or something like that. But if you have enough lethality to bypass that, it's 100% of your ratio on your
yes,
abilities you're dealing.
exactly. So that depends on that too. And then another build I like to go is if I'm snowballing, I just buy Hubris first, Opportunity second if I'm really snowballing, and then like Death Stance third, Maw fourth, Guardian Angel fifth or something, you know. Um, and that can be, I can give you an example of that too. When I played Aatrox into Warwick, I think that was this game. No, this was against Gwen. Into Warwick was, yeah. So here I played Aatrox into Warwick. This game I built Hubris first, and this item has so much gold value if you're snowballing, because every time you get a kill you get max AD, uh, permanently, and also a little bit after, like a couple of minutes after you kill someone. So here it's giving me 17 AD right now, 19 AD right now, and it's just my first item, you know.
And then every time you press R, total AD, Aatrox gets total AD, not bonus AD too,
Yeah,
like a Riven.
and I mean, like, look at the team fights in this game will be super fast and explosive. So I need to kill someone with a single rotation. So my job here is to just build accordingly to that, you know. So like if I go to team fights, here there's a team fight here, you know. I mean, I'm just completely. I built even Death Sense second this game because they had like full AD comp almost. Um, Look at the damage on this guy, for example.
Oh,
604. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to build like two in between damage and survivability.
Maybe.
Either way, I'm done with Dojin.
Look at that shit.
604 on Q1. 603 on Q1. That's like why I started to play Aatrox. Like I started to play a lot of Aatrox Duskblade style. Like that's
Yeah.
what I was playing when I was like initially climbing. I was playing Duskblade Aatrox for the most
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I hit like higher elo with like my first time I got past like Emerald and all that and got into on the
Yeah.
bracket on the ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I recommend stop buying Voltaic. It's a crutch for bad players. You're not bad. And start buying stonks items, you know? Hubris,
Really want to work on the TPs too.
you can even go Thunder Sky, Hubris second, and then Death Dance third, you know.
I like the idea of an early hubris because I just love the idea of coming to lane with a Dirk
Yeah.
in certain matchups. It just feels really, really good. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to accelerate the game when when I do a lot more damage.
And what's stopping you from buying Hubris first, snowballing, and then buying Thunder Sky second?
Right.
No. You can also do that.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea.
You can do that for sure. I might even try that soon as well. Alright, man. Long but very useful session. Definitely.
Yeah, I got a lot out of this. I feel reinvigorated. I don't feel as depressed about my league journey now because I see so many things I can do better again.
Yeah, yeah. But you have a lot to work on now, you know? There's so many things to focus on. And I definitely recommend you play like at least 20 games, maybe more than that, you know, before you get another session for sure. But again, you decide that at the end of the day as well, you know.
Yeah, no, what I'll do is I'm going to take a week. I'm going to play some games. I'm going to try to just shit on people. I'm going to work on the teleports a lot. I'm going to review that. There's so many bad TPs there. I realized just like that was my biggest takeaway is I'm just really using teleport Ron. I also think I'm just conceptually reading the game state wrong. Like I feel like I need to be on here to defend a tower. I think I should stop overvaluing defending tier ones and
Yeah.
stupid stuff like this that doesn't matter. I should be trying to keep my gold income because there's be a lot of the games because I have like the little face check thing.
Yeah.
And after it'll pop off and it'll be like, it tells you like a couple key things of what happens. Like, oh, you were up 1,000 gold in the level at minute 14. But then it'll be like your CS fell off to like oblivion right after lane phase ended.
Yeah.
Because I'm just making bad plays mid late game. I just got to
Yeah.
learn how to play mid late. That's really
Yeah.
it. Mostly mid game. Because late game this shouldn't happen all too often. But
Yeah.
mostly my
Yeah.
mid game, I think I need to really clean up. And I'll keep working on the things with lane. I'm happy with the way my lane phases have been improving. So a lot to go there. I'm going to take a week. I'm going to play some games. I'll see you in about a week.
Yes.
And we'll see how it goes.
Sounds absolutely amazing to me. And good luck. And I hope you can find improvement in that.
I appreciate it, boss. Have a good rest of your night. And you take care. I got to